We need to have like a theme song that plays.
Oh wait, that one's taken already, isn't it?
Yeah. Are we live? I guess
I
we are.
think we're live. I think we're live. Luckily, there aren't very many people watching yet, so
Thank God.
They missed out on that. But the people who watch after the fact are going to see it.
You gonna do your usual like kind of dueling around
Well,
as
I
people
don't know.
join?
I mean, that's kind of my that's
Your
for
thing?
my shows. It's a different thing, you know.
What do we have, like one person watching?
I think we have 3.
Oh.
We have 3, but soon. Oh no! Just jumped to 7. Uh-oh! People are tuning in. Hello, folks. Hello. Welcome to Talkin' Piano, man.
Yep.
So,
Quite the title. I must
Kevin,
say so.
how you doing?
I'm doing well, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And by the way, I want everyone to know that Kevin came up with that title,
I did.
and which is why when you look at all of the thumbnails, they say Steve Lungrin instead of Piano Man Steve, because he was like, dude, Piano Man's in the title of the cast. You don't need your pretentious stage name.
That's right. And we had a bunch of other names floating around, but they weren't quite appropriate. They were good, really good.
Yeah.
But
You know, that's the main thing. Anytime Kevin and I work on anything is that we always have to start, we brainstorm, and then the first filtering is what's appropriate. That takes us down to 2 things.
Yeah.
And then it's a pretty easy choice from there. Well, let's say hi to some people here. It's like our friend Bill Hasty's in the house.
Hey, Bill.
Good afternoon, Bill. Spencer's joining us from Brazil.
Hello, Spencer.
Holy cow. I love Brazil. I've never been there, but I can tell that I love it. I'm really excited to go see it sometime.
You would. I've never been there either, but
Yeah.
you definitely would.
You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm sure it's very lovely, but don't stand there and pretend like
I know.
you know what Brazil's like.
That's right. I'm happy to be here because last week we had a frustrating technical issue, which was the oddest thing because my internet was working fine all day, and I went to join Steve a few minutes before starting, and my upload speed was like half a megabyte a second, and so it wasn't quite enough to get this live stream going. But it has since been fixed, and we're here. And
I'm thrilled.
yeah. All right. Shall we start playing some stuff, or you want to wait for a few more people to join?
I
Or
think we should wait
did
for
everyone-
about another maybe 100 to 150 seconds, and then we should probably start.
how many are we at now?
We're at 13, 14.
Oh, wow. We are
They're starting to show
almost
up.
famous now. Yeah? There we go.
Hey, Brian Schabowitz, one of my favorite dudes,
Cool.
joining us from Long Island. How we doing there, Shabby? So
You got SRT going? What does that mean?
I don't know. Brian knows way more about technology than I do.
Oh,
He's one of the gurus in my life. Lucia Gonzalez. Buenas noches, mi amiga.
cool.
It's a late night for you. She's in Spain.
Nice.
Very, very talented young lady, I got to tell you. I'm very much looking forward to seeing her career continue to blossom.
Piano player and singer?
And also a very good acoustic guitar player, but brilliant pianist and a great singer who just gets better every day. Every time I see a new video of her, I just burst with pride.
So your buddy that you were just talking about now said SRT allows both of you to be in perfect sync.
Nope, we're not there. No,
Yeah,
not
that
yet.
I don't think exists, unfortunately.
No, I think it does, but we don't have it yet.
If it does, we'll throw our life savings to make that happen.
Yeah. Now, this is, for those of you who are tuning in, if you've never been to Talkin' Piano, man, this is a little bit different kind of show. This is one where Kevin and I wanted to do a podcast, except We have to be able to play songs that people are familiar with, which all have copyrights on them. So we thought, well, let's just do it. We'll do it on YouTube. So otherwise, this would be going out as on the podcasting apps. And what we wanted to do was just to be able to talk a little bit about songs. And it's not one where we're taking a bunch of requests. I come with some songs I want to play. He comes with some songs he wants to play. And we talk about them and why we love them and what we think is great about them. And sometimes we talk about gear and we talk about artists. And it's just a place for us to kind of nerd a little bit. And so it's a little different than either one of our typical live stream by request shows, but still a lot of fun, and it's building its own little niche.
So your buddy says that this SRT, this sync, does exist. So you're saying the technology exists where Steve and I can play together without even a half a second delay, so we can play in sync together? Because I was under the impression that no matter what, even if you're on the phone, there's still always going to be there's not going to be perfectly in real time. So maybe he can answer that. But anyways, I think I can feel the people leaving in droves as we talk about this.
Yeah, no, they're still coming.
Okay.
They want to like this, but they probably are ready. They're probably ready for some music. But
yeah,
I'm telling you, they're like these guys are troopers. They're like
all right,
trying to hang in there with you on the But Sharby, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah, I want to learn about this because I still don't believe it.
We should do like a three-way video chat to talk about SRT.
Yes.
You get your mind out
just
of the gutter.
bring him on to just send him a link right now. He can talk about it. Just bring him on.
Well, Kevin, you usually have to bail out early, so I'm going to let you do the first song just to make sure.
Oh, hold on. Let me see what I'm going to play.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
What are we doing tonight? What are we talking about?
I think I'm going to do I was watching the other day. They had, I think it was Library of Congress or something. They were saluting Elton John and Bernie Taupin. Did you see it?
It was the Gershwin Prize.
The Gershwin Prize. I knew it was close.
I think Library of Congress is who awards it, though.
Yeah, and there were some really interesting performances. The best performance was the guy who did Benny and the Jets. I don't know if he was like a preacher type, but the guy was amazing. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you got to watch it. Anyways, I forget who did it, but somebody played Skyline Pigeon and reminded me how much I love that song. So I'm going to do that one. I haven't done it in a while, and I didn't rehearse it prior to this, but let's start with that song.
Well, that implies that you rehearse most of the time, and I don't think that's true.
You're right.
All right.
Turn me loose from your hands. Let me fly to distant lands, over green fields, trees and mountains, flowers and forest fountains, home along the lanes of the skyway, for this dark and lonely room rejects a shadow cast in gloom, and my eyes are mirrors of the world outside, thinking of the way that the wind can turn the tide, and these shadows turn from purple into gray, for just a skyline pigeon dreaming of the open, waiting for the day where he can spread his wings, fly away again, fly away, skyline pigeon fly to dreams you left so very far behind. Fly away, skyline pigeon fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind. Just let me wake up in the morning, the smell of new mown hay, to laugh and cry, to live and die in the brightness of my day. I wanna hear the pealing bells of a distant church sing, but most of all, please free me from this battle ring, and open up this cage toward the sun. For just a skyline pigeon, dreaming of the open, waiting for the day where he can spread his wings, fly away again. Fly away, skyline pigeon fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind. Fly away, skyline pigeon fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind.
I love that song.
It's
The
just,
song-
it's incredible.
But it literally, like, for me, that song makes me kind of like want to crawl into a closet and hide under a blanket because
Well, sounds like
They
a personal
were-
problem. But
no, I mean, think about that. That sounds like a legit like hymn, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And the guy was what? Like the two of them together were like 17 and 18 when they did that.
yeah, were they that young?
Yes.
It's incredible.
I don't like where the hell do you come up with that at that age? The lyrics alone just, but then the music, I didn't have anything like that in me at that age.
Yeah, and I still don't. If you watch that show that they did, it was an amazing moment because they did it as a tribute to Ryan White, and his sister was there, and she presented. She did a whole presentation about it, and it was really moving. It was amazing.
Have you seen the version of Elton doing it at Ryan's funeral? Because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
out there somewhere. It's phenomenal
Yeah.
too. That's just amazing work.
Amazing,
you know?
amazing. Yeah, I agree.
It's somewhere, like I say, it makes me happy, but then it also makes me feel a little bit like I should hang it up and just disappear.
I mean, that's why I did hang it up as far as writing stuff. Every once in a while, I'm like, I would love to write a new song, but then I go back and listen to it. I'm like, oh, this is shit. It doesn't sound anything nearly as good as the stuff that I love. So why even do it?
All right, now that's where you and I just are on different pages because I
We
don't
talked
mind-
about this, yeah.
I don't mind sucking.
Yeah,
I have to do what I have to do.
right.
But it does frustrate me to no end that somebody could do that at 18 years old.
I agree.
So my first song tonight, I don't know. You probably didn't know this about me, Kevin, because we don't stop telling dirty jokes long enough to learn things about each other. But my very first musical hero, before I even knew I wanted to play piano, just back when I was a little kid who liked to sing all the time, was Neil Diamond. And I don't know if you're familiar with I think it's kind of a charming movie, but the critics didn't agree with me, called The Jazz Singer.
I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, so The Jazz Singer was a big deal in 1980, and at any rate, it produced 3 hit singles. One of them was called America, which I'm not going to do tonight, but that was my signature song, and I used to like play the cassette tape, and then I'm like 5 years old, and I'd be in my living room for whoever would watch, and literally like act out the final performance from the movie. And my sisters, like, we had an art table, and we had paper that was about 30 inches wide that you could do. So my sisters like drew and colored in a Neil Diamond outfit that they could cut and trace around me, and then they taped it to the front of me, so I had like a blue sparkly shirt. And
Please tell me you have this on video and you're about to cue it up.
we didn't have a video camera, but I'm sure I have. I'm sure there's at least photographs of me at some point. And I did this many times for many audiences. So I want to do a song from the Jazz Singer movie tonight. And we're going to go with something a little more subtle. But this was also a hit record for Neil that year in 1980, and it's called Love on the Rocks. And I think it's a pretty cool piece of music. And so
All
been
right.
connecting with some of my other singer-songwriters. So I'm going to take you off the screen because it's not appropriate for you to be up here while I'm playing.
Yes.
We'll reconvene.
All right. See you.
Love on the rocks ain't no surprise. Pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies. Got nothing to lose, so just sing the blues all the time. Gave you my heart, I gave you my soul. Left me alone here with nothing to hold. Yesterday's gone, now all I want is a smile. First they say they want you, but then now they really need you. Suddenly you find you're out there walking in a storm. And then they know they have you, then they really have you. Nothing you can do or say, you got to leave, just get away. We all know the song. You need what you need, you can say what you want. Not much you can do when the feeling is gone. Maybe blue skies above, but it's cool when your love's on the rocks. First they say they want you, but then out they really need you. Suddenly you find you're out there walking in a storm. Then when they know they have you, then they really have you. Nothing you can do or say, you got to leave, just get away. We all know the song. Love on the rocks ain't no big surprise. Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you my lies. Yesterday's gone, now all I want is a smile. Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah, I've heard that song. I think sounds familiar.
It's highly dramatic.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Part,
I like
part
it.
of what I like about it.
Was I Am I Said in that same? Was that in the movie?
No, I Said was like Neil had three distinct periods. He had in the '60s he had things like Solitary Man and Cherry Cherry and Shiloh, and Sweet Caroline was part of his '60s crop, and then that was a turning point. And then he had what I call the big non-motion picture boom, and that's with Song Sung Blue, I Am I Said, Holly Holy, Cracklin' Rosie, like all of the big ones. And then his career kind of started to contract a little bit. And then he did The Jazz Singer, and he had like one last little burst of activity there. And then by 1982, he was sort of a legacy act.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he was still playing arenas and stuff up until he got sick. Yeah.
Well, because when you have a body of work that's good, that's that good, you pretty much get to.
Yeah. It's funny because with I Am I Said, I always mix up the intro with that and Roberta because they're a little bit similar. Like I Am I Said is no, that's and there's another song. There's a song by Fight for Fighting that starts like that too. How does Roberta? I mean, how does
so Roberta would be.
Okay, and then I Am
I Said would be.
Isn't that what you just played?
Yeah, but it's like very, very subtly different in the rhythm.
Yeah. Which one came first?
I Am I Said, I think, came first. But only by a year or two. And they have very, very different like feels and textures to the song, so it certainly doesn't feel like anyone ripped anybody off.
Yeah. So I have a technical question. I know you've told me about it before, but I'm still I'm not sure. You said that the keys on your keyboard are semi-weighted. But to me, when I look at you playing it, it looks like there's barely any weight to the keys. If you can even see that visually, or maybe that's just in my mind. Is there, like, the keyboard to your left, that doesn't have any weight, right?
No, they're both semi-weighted.
Oh, really?
But and I like the action on both of them is pretty comfortable for me.
So there is some weight to it because I gig with a keyboard without any weight, and I have that keyboard because it sounds good and it's ultra portable and light. But I hate not having the weight of keys because to me it's more difficult because you can more easily land on a wrong note. You know?
Yeah. Well, I will definitely say that like semi-weighted is not real common anymore. You mostly find it in controller keyboards now. But that's mostly because they weren't very good at creating weighted keys when they first started making, when they started proliferating these things on the market for gigs. And so this is 22, 23 years old. This
wow.
girl.
Yeah,
And
this was not too far behind. This is probably 15 years old.
Yeah, but like they really made a lot of progress up in the next 5 years after I got this, and it was like, so now everybody wants it to feel just like a piano. My fingers don't like the full weight because they're so used to this now.
Yeah.
So I'm always searching for that semi-weighted feel to take with me. But I'm like you, I can't stand just spring load because I make gobs of mistakes.
Oh yeah, it happens to me, and it's like my hands get more tired on the non-weighted keys, oddly enough, because I think you kind of subconsciously are always trying to avoid slipping on the wrong note. Because here you could do this and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
On the other one,
mine don't get more tired on the non-weighted keys because I don't try to avoid the mistakes. I just live with them in shame.
There you go. That's the way to deal with it.
You are far more professional than I am, but that's why I like the non-weighted keys I would say they prevent fewer mistakes than fully weighted keys, but enough more mistakes that. And then my hands aren't as tired and sore at the end of the night because I'm a pounder.
Right.
You play with more grace and elegance. Kevin.
I try. Sean wanted to know if we've ever played on a Nord stage. I actually have. I used to play in this amazing band when I lived in LA. These guys were, 15, 20 years older than me. They've all done some hard living as far as music goes, and they all are the absolute top level musicians. And we played for a few years together, and I played on a Nord, and it was awesome. It has a really nice, I think, semi-weighted feel. And then there was somebody else who said something, asked me, "Hey Kevin, how's your baby?" This is from Spencer. "How's your baby? Thanks for asking. Have you started teaching him any songs?" Yeah, I have 2 kids. My older son Ray is 3.5 now, and my younger son Levon is almost 1.5 years. I've definitely played for them, but not quite ready, I think, to teach them. I'm saying, "Hey, you want me to teach you how to do this?" And then he'd rather sit and put on the headphones and mess around, even though the headphones aren't plugged into the keyboard. He just wants to, to experience having them on.
I'm kind of sad because, when you said, when you mentioned Ray, I wasn't on the ball enough to go. Anyway.
It's funny you say that, because the other day we were listening, I think we put on Levon, the song, and Ray said, "Why, my name isn't named after a song." And I said, "Well, you're named after my dad, but there's a really great singer, Ray Charles." So then we started listening to Ray Charles. Yeah, that's the one that I put on for him.
Hit the road, Jack. That's right, Ray. Get ready to be evicted.
So, anyways, I think the next, I'm up next, right?
You're up next.
I saw, which I don't think you've seen it yet, Steve, and I keep telling you, go and got to watch it right now. I mean, I think we should end this now so you can go watch this thing that I'm going to talk about.
Maybe I'll wait till after we're done with the whole show.
Okay, well,
pray tell.
It's the We Are the World documentary on Netflix, and it's amazing. And I've always loved this song, and I loved it as a kid. And I remember my dad had a VHS that he recorded. I guess they were airing the special of We Are the World back in the 80s, and he recorded it on VHS, and it says it on there, and I used to watch it. But to be able to see this behind the scenes stuff and how it all came together was really amazing. So I'm gonna sing the 20 different voices on this song, and I'm gonna try my best to sound like each and every one of them.
Oh, right.
Not really. I'm just gonna sing it normally.
Really can't wait.
Yeah. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a brighter day, just you and me. Oh, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God has shown us, oh, by turning stones to bread, so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, come. We'll stand together as one. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a brighter day. Just you and me. Thank you. I can't hear you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I
Oh.
love that song.
Thank you very much. You just froze for a second. Hopefully it's not my internet crapping out again.
No,
All right.
I'm on.
We're good.
Yeah. No, I love that song. I remember very well when it was all the rage.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very little, but it was a moment. And Michael
Yeah.
Jackson was like the biggest thing. Like that's the closest thing I think I've ever experienced to what it must have been kind of like to have the Beatles drop. But I don't think it's the same, but it's the closest thing in my lifetime that happened. Like it.
Yeah, I think that happened right just after Thriller had come out. I'm not exactly sure the timeline, but it was if you think about it, it was Michael Jackson at his very, very peak. And it was kind of after that things started to slowly and then rapidly nosedive, years and years later. But
He was still a pretty hot commodity all the way until about 1993, and then
yeah.
we struggled a little bit.
Billy Joel talks about how Cyndi Lauper said to him during the recording that it sounds like a Pepsi commercial, this song. And it's cheesy, but maybe it's a nostalgic thing for me. I don't know. I mean, yeah, musically, there's nothing. The chord changes are a little bit, cliche, but the melody's there, and there's something about it, and all those voices are amazing.
Look, I'm gonna just say something just the teensiest bit disparaging about Billy Joel, which I know nobody thinks that I would ever do, but I love Billy Joel, but he just doesn't have he has some kind of can't be vulnerable in front of people thing, and so it's cheesy. It sounds like a Pepsi commercial. No, it's a beautiful song.
No, he didn't say it. Cyndi Lauper said it to him.
Yeah, but he's never really spoken very highly of the tune.
Right.
I've heard him talk about it. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's a little bit of a disappointment for me because that's, and I think that actually leads into what I'm going to play next. Because
Ooh.
everyone knows that Billy Joel is my singer-songwriter nobody's more important to me. But, and I loved him as a performer. I still love him as a performer. But there's this slight deficit that sometimes happens with ballads. He has a real hard time, going to that headspace and delivering a ballad in front of people. For how brilliant he does it in the studio. And that's something I always really appreciated about Elton and some other guys that I have admired, because they can zero in on that place and they just don't feel self-conscious about it, and so they really, really deliver these moving performances of the slow songs. And one of the guys for me that could do that was John Denver, and I miss John Denver every day. He was one of my all-time favorites, and I learned a lot about how I wanted to perform from this guy, because it didn't matter whether he was playing with a symphony orchestra or his 8 or 9 person band or just by himself on the guitar. He just had this way of making you feel like you were right. He was in your living room doing the show just for you, like just standing there, and he always could match the energy of the song. He never had any like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, any hang-ups about that. So anyway, I'm going to do a John Denver song for you.
Now, if I had the power to come in on your song, you better believe I would do it.
Yes, I know,
but I don't.
No, you don't. And I apologize. It's
Oh,
just,
no.
I felt like I needed to get everybody doing this.
You should apologize for not like streaking, because then that would have been, I'm mad at you
Which
because
one
you
of us
didn't.
has difficulty getting vulnerable?
I'm mad at you because you didn't go far enough with it.
Yeah, okay. Enough of you for a little while here. We're going to do some John Denver music for you. This is from a suite of songs that he did called the Season Suite. And I love the lyrics to this. Anyway, I think this is some absolutely brilliant lyric writing, and I have the same feelings about the beauty of nature and the environment around us. And so, anyway, this is called Summer. Silently, the morning mist is lying on the water, captive moonlight waiting for the dawn. Softly like a baby's breath, the breeze begins to whisper, the sun is coming, quick, you must be dawn. Smiling like a superstar, the morning comes in singing the promise of another sunny day. And all the flowers open up together in the sunshine. I do believe that summer's here to stay. Do you care what's happening around you? Do your senses know the changes when they come? Can you see yourself reflected in the seasons? Can you understand the need to carry on? Writing on the tapestry of all there is to see, so many ways and oh so many things, rejoicing in the differences. There's no one just like me, yet as different as we are, we're still the same. Part of everything is here in me.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Lord Farquaad asked about my internet
Oh.
being fixed. Yes, it is fixed. Sorry for those who were there last week. Yeah, it's working just fine now. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I was just something on my end.
Oh. How are you liking those in-ears?
You know, I've gotten used to them.
Yeah?
I didn't for a long time, but I hated the way I looked in the over-the-ear headphones, and so I thought, well, I'll see if I can. I started doing all of my pre-recorded YouTube stuff with these, and then I adopted this new thing where I batch them. I usually do all of them in the same day, so by the end of a day of session work, my ears had adjusted to it. So
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used them when I played in the band, but I know they're not all created equally. Like, I mean, are yours custom molded to your ears?
no, I'm not that fancy yet, but I would like to get that precious eventually.
Yeah, I love these headphones. I actually just replaced for the second time the pads because they tend to I think the last time I did that was when I first started doing the live streams, during the pandemic. But no need to replace the headphones. Just replace the pads on them, and it sounds really good.
Bill, first of all,
You're welcome.
yeah, and it's me you should be thanking for that image because I'm the one you're picturing.
I was looking through the comments. I can't highlight any, but Sean, aka Weep Project, had said, referring to the "We Are the World," that he better hear all the background singers at the same time when I was singing that.
Hey, Simon, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Rhonda. Appreciate that. Thank you, Operation Shutdown. I love that song. And thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. And as for you wearing the headphones, I mean, you're starting like many orders of magnitude more attractive than me. So you can afford to wear headphones.
Debatable.
In your
See,
videos.
thank you. We can leave it. We can put up a poll for that. Let the audience decide.
What do you have next on the hopper, my friend?
I not to sound pretentious and just like like music snobby, but music that has always really kind of caught my attention are songs that have some like kind of complex chord changes within them. I know you're the same, and it's sometimes you hear a song and like they did that just to try to impress you, and then other times there's songs that are just amazing, just amazingly executed, that have those intricate chord changes and key changes sometimes and weird keys. So I'm gonna do a song that I've always loved. I believe this was from the early 90s from Duran Duran. Now, a lot of the song is in the key of B, which is a nightmare, for me at least. But this is a song from Duran Duran that I've always loved, and it's a bit high. Yeah.
Transposer.
No, I'm not. I'm actually doing this for real.
I was just suggesting. Anyway.
Look, can you see? That's really B.
Yes. Now you are being pretentious, but that's okay.
I know. I'm just trying to show off.
Well, please, Duran Duran.
Yeah, actually, I really haven't practiced this, so I will likely mess it up, but I would like to do this song.
Kevin,
And,
you mess things up. Like, I think the last time we did this, you screwed up scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Oh, yeah, and I was like, you know what that was? That was me going on before, like, I don't want to bore people. Let me play something that everybody knows, which defeats the purpose of this whole idea, which is you and me, Steve. We come on here and just play what we want, regardless of how it goes over.
Exactly. Like, we're literally, folks, we're hoping that you all get so fed up with the show that you walk out before we're like, well, I guess we should stop because no one's watching anymore now.
Our ultimate goal is, 7 o'clock comes around and we just realize there's 0 people watching the show. And we've been playing to ourselves for the past half hour.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, school me, my friend.
you talking softly. I turned on the lights, the TV, and the radio. Still I can't escape the ghost of you. What has happened to it all? Crazy, some would say. Where is the life that I recognize? It's gone away. I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive. Passion, no coincidence, once prompted you to say, pride will tear us both apart. Now pride's gone out the window, across the rooftops, run away. Left me in the vacuum of my heart. What has happened to me? Crazy, some would say. Where is my friend when I need you most? It's gone away. I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive. Papers in the roadside tell of suffering and greed. Fear today, forgot tomorrow. Here besides the news of holy war and holy need, ours is just a little sorrow talk. I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive.
Fantastic, my friend.
The hell just
Are we
happened?
still there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either, but it looks like the stream didn't end. Hey guys, are you guys still there?
Maybe our
Everybody?
goal was achieved.
No, I think we managed to come back without actually losing the stream.
That was
Let's
weird.
see. Put right in the comments if you're still around. I know you're on a little bit of a. All right, looks like yeah. Okay, they're still here. I don't know. I think that I just had like a weird once in a blue moon blip in my internet connection. Then it came back soon enough that we didn't actually lose.
As long as it was your internet and not mine, that's all
I don't
that matters.
see how yours would have anything to do with me popping off the screen. Anyway, God, great tune, man. Great tune. I forgot
Isn't that
all
a great
about that.
song?
Yes.
Man.
Yes, and I forgot all about it. Like when I think of Duran Duran, I always think of Hungry Like the Wolf and Rio, and that's like all that goes into my mind. I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, I mean, and musically, it's another level. I mean, it's really brilliantly written, that song.
Yeah. Elton's got a bunch of great tunes like that that are like really hella sophisticated musically.
Oh, yeah.
And
What would you say is his most kind of sophisticated song musically? But I guess, yeah, just in
Elton's?
general. Yeah.
Oh, well, it depends on what you're grading as sophisticated. It's hard to say that Tonight isn't one of them, you know.
Yeah.
But the chord progression of Tonight makes a lot of sense together. So it's not like it's very musical and has a lot going on. Honestly, I think I Want Love from Songs from the West Coast
that's
is
a good
one of the most like I don't know how he put together a catchy melody over that weird combination of chords.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's such a great song. And the other ones that come to mind, obviously Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah. But
And
again,
the one-
the thing with
Yeah.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is that like it covers a lot of musical ground, but the sections make a fair amount of sense together. You know what I mean? Like they're not the thing about I Want Love that gets me is like no one would ever put this chord progression together and think that this is going to be a successful, like that you could put a melody over it that would be catchy enough to be a hit. I don't know how he pulled it off.
It's amazing. That's one of my favorite Elton John songs.
Yeah,
Ever.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Feel Like a Bullet in the Gun of Robert Ford is another one. Burn Down the Mission comes to
Oh,
mind.
yeah. I said the one earlier also is another one that, you know,
So good.
and the chords in that one are.
Yeah, and I think the chord progression in Circle of Life are phenomenal.
Amazing. And now for Billy, before you start your song, what would you say some of the top kind of most complex? I'll give a couple. I'll give Lullaby, maybe the most complex to me, chord changes wise, and you know, Always a Woman in that bridge.
It's interesting. For me, Billy Joel's chord progressions are usually not what's so, like one of the more sophisticated ones would be Leave a Tender Moment Alone, actually.
Yeah, that's a great song.
But the chord progressions tend not to be the thing that's so sophisticated. It's what's sophisticated about him is that he has such a like, right down to the voicing. Like if you really want it to sound authentic to him, it isn't just this chord, it's this specific voicing of the chord and this whatever, you know. Like Elton's a little more freeform that way. And Billy is like, part of the sound is, no, I wanted you to do this, not this,
Right.
this. It's that followed by that followed by, you know. State of Grace has a fun.
Oh,
You know,
that
like
is
Left
one of
Turn.
my favorite songs, and nobody knows it. I went to Europe with two of my friends back in 2006, backpacking, and I was listening to. I just always remember. For some reason, I discovered that song on that trip, and I listened to it over and over again. There's just something about that one. Sean said Summer Highland Falls. That one actually, the chords are pretty standard.
Again, it's the execution.
It's the, you know, because without the, you know, it's a.
Yeah, it's just like F, A minor, B flat. So it's like 1, 3 minor, 4, 2 minor.
Yeah.
But with Billy, the sophistication tends to come in like the specific execution that he's set up for it.
Right.
And with Elton, the sophistication comes more in the composition of it a lot of times. You know.
I'll take your word for it. But
All right. Now I thought we were here to be nerds, but I guess that I have now out nerded you.
you did.
Well, speaking of composition, so my next song is.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So I've started working on. I've been threatening to for a while, but I'm tired of waiting. So I've started working on songs for a new record, and this one is one that I kind of got wrapped up, the writing part of it, and so I'm working with Robbie right now on getting some tracks put together so that we can. And this is gonna be a longer, more sophisticated recording process for me, because I used to do the drums myself and the bass and piano, strings, organ, and whatever. But this time around, I'm gonna do piano. And I'm going to have Rob play the drums, and I have a bass player lined up, and I've got a guitar player I'll bring in, and so
Cool.
I may even on occasion have somebody else do like organ or strings. I really want people that are better, like who are specialists, so I kind of want to stay in my lane. So it might take a little while for this, but this song is about, it's like it's written from the point of view of a romance, but really what it's about is there are some people that you care enough about that like there's no end to your willingness to try and patch things up, and you'll wait, and that's kind of what the chorus says. And so this could be a parent talking to a child, and it could be someone talking to an old friend or whatever. It's called Forever's Not Too Late, and it's kind of fresh off the presses, so I thought I would debut it here in
Nice.
Talkin' Piano Man.
I might leave my headphones on for this song.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, douchebag. Here we go. It's been a long time now since you disappeared. I knew the things I said stirred up so much fear. Maybe I should have known the time just wasn't right to tell you I loved you on that cold December night. I told you the truth of how I feel inside my heart. And when you ran away, you tore it right apart. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't feel the pain, but I never stopped loving you, 'cause some things never change. Forever's not too late. I'll always have a space. Eternal is the place for you in my heart. No matter what's gone wrong, you'll never wait too long. Forever's not too late to come home. The time that we spent together, though it came and went, inspired a love I thought I'd never feel again. I have to accept it if you never feel the same. But if you're just frightened, I promise I will wait. Forever's not too late. I'll always have a space. Eternal eternal is the place for you in my heart. No matter what's gone wrong, you'll never wait too long. Forever's not too late to come home.
Nice.
Thank you.
You know, I may I give my 2 cents about just my opinion on one section. Is it still open for?
Sure.
Play the last, like as you were ending the song, play the last line. There. I thought you ended it. I thought it was going to end on that chord. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting and cool way to end the song. So I happen to like that. Just my 2 cents there.
Well, we might still. I haven't put any tracks together for it yet.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of songs that don't necessarily end on the resolve, right? Is that the right term?
Right. So you like leaving people hanging.
There you go. That's exactly right.
Very on brand for you.
Oh, man. How much time do we have? Oh, we still got a little bit of time. Is anybody still watching?
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, this is the biggest view count we've had all through the show,
Wow,
in spite
nice.
of our best efforts. So,
What are we like going 3 strong?
yeah, 30.
Wow. 30 people. Jeez.
Yeah.
I remember during lockdown, I used to get into the triple digits, right?
Occasionally.
Yeah. I remember peaking one time at like 80 people watching. That was like peak lockdown. It must have been April or May of 2020. And I was like, man, this is so much fun. This is the greatest thing. And when everybody was home. And not
Sean,
anymore.
I can tell you're a troublemaker, which makes us both like you a whole lot. I just want you to know that.
I've said to Steve, we should just converse on these live streams the way we do with each other over Facebook Messenger. But
And I said that I would lose almost all of my paid piano students.
yeah, and you'd be banned from YouTube.
Who have a high opinion of my moral turpitude.
I was trying to think. I have a couple songs here lined up as possibilities, but I was going to maybe change it up. But that's what I did, and I played "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant" that one time. We know how that went. I'm just looking through the comments. Bravo, Steve. Beautiful original. I agree. Hand me a Kleenex to Bill. Steve, this to me sounds like if Elton and Billy were to collaborate. Nice.
This one actually, to me, in my mind, but that's the great thing is that songs go out and it's like, whatever it was for me, it's something unique to the listeners. So, but for me, it was, I think the primary influence would be Peter Cetera. Like I can kind of hear him, forever's not too late. I can kind of hear his voice on that, and he wrote those kinds of melodic lines,
That guy was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Let's watch shows later after live. From Amy Patterson, likes to watch live shows later instead of live. Dave Rosado with an amazing conversation compliment. Hopefully that's not sarcastic. But if it is, we welcome that also.
Oh no, Dave is like one of the nicest, like truest.
I agree. Dave's a good guy.
Person. So
Yeah.
he actually means it, and I'm. Thank you, Dave. We actually really enjoy talking to each other, even when it is censored like this.
All right, I think I'm gonna do. Also gonna go back to the '90s on this song. And this is a song by I don't know if they were Irish or if they were British. I'm not sure, but it's a group. They were called Take That, and this was a song that I loved when I was in elementary school.
Were they kind of a boy band?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think I know where you're going with this.
yeah,
Want
yeah.
You back?
Yeah. I used to play this. I covered this song on my YouTube channel like 15 years ago, and it's terrible. So whatever you do, don't go looking for that.
Man,
Just
I've never been good at doing this song, but I love this song. I think this will probably suit your voice beautifully.
yeah, it's just the bridge is the killer part, and I hate doing it. I sing it in falsetto. I can't do it in full voice in this original key. I mean, it's way up there. So, you know,
Well, I think they did it in falsetto.
no, they did it. They did it full voice. Yeah.
Well, I know that the whole part where they're like, "Whatever I did."
Yeah. Well, that yeah.
You know, so.
So I might just do the bridge half instrumental. We'll see. So yeah, this is Back for Good.
Go for it. Don't be a weenie. Just go for it. Do it. Do it.
I guess now it's time for me to give up. I feel it's time. Got a picture of you beside me. Got your lipstick marks all on your coffee cup. Oh yeah. And got a fist of pure emotion. Got a head of shattered dreams. Gotta leave it all behind now. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back for good. Whatever went wrong, and tell me the song, then I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. I want you back for good. Unaware, but underlined. I figured out a story. It wasn't good. But in the corner of my mind, I celebrate a glory. But that was not to be. In a twist of separation, you excelled at being free. Can you find a little room inside for me? Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back for good. Whatever I'm wrong, and tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. good.
Oh, that was tasty, KL.
Thank you.
I'm not even like throwing any of my sarcasm in. Like, that song was made for your voice. I effing loved it.
Isn't that a great song?
It's a great song, but like you're a great person to sing it. And
thank you.
I don't mean to get all like heap it on, but like that song is designed for somebody who can do what you do, and I can't. So
well, thank you.
Thrilled. I was thrilled hearing it.
Cool.
Good stuff.
I want to hear you do it. You should cover it.
Whatever I said, I didn't mean it.
Please do that.
In order to hit the notes. Say whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good.
Kevin, you get blow your voice.
Nah,
That's funny.
I can actually do that and not be doing the damage it sounds like I am.
That's impressive.
Take a lot of practice. Well, what can I say? Like, we forked off in different directions. Like, when you were listening to Billy Joel, I was listening to Billy Joel, and you learned how to sing She's Always a Woman, and I was learning how to sing Captain Jack.
Right.
And now, at my age, I'm like, I really wish I could do a better job on She's Always a Woman. But
No, it's a really difficult song to sing and to play. Spencer wants to know, could you share what voice or timbre do you use in your keyboard? Is he asking for you or is he asking for me? You know, I always jump on the technical questions. That's the stuff that I really enjoy.
well, why don't we just both answer it?
Okay. Steve, you go first.
I am just using the onboard concert piano on my 2001 Baldwin Pianoville, and then I'm running it through my mixing board over here, where I've got an EQ curve that I put in it, and a little bit of compression, and I give it just the teensiest bit of reverb. Not very much, because obviously I use a sustain pedal on. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I'm using the onboard meaning built-in piano sound on this Yamaha P155, which is probably about 15 years old at this point. And it's running into a mixing board with a little bit of reverb and some compression, and then the whole mix is going into a hardware compressor, which kind of evens out the sounds and kind of pumps it up a little bit. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I think that was the moment that we really did lose everyone. So you can get back to playing.
So surprisingly, here we have still have 27 people watching.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, we are trying to drive you away, but you guys just keep asking for more. So, okay. So we're talking about great songs, and Kevin and I have been having this back and forth a little bit about the difference between songs and records lately, and you know, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, because sometimes I used to watch the Grammy Awards when I was younger. I'd be like, album of the year, song of the year, record of the year. Like, what in the world what's the difference between album and record, or song and record, whatever? Well, the song is just the melody and the lyrics. And then the record is that specific recording that they made of it. So it's the arrangement and the performances and what was captured. And so it's really more about production than it is about the songwriting. And I love good production. Like, I really do. But what turns me on more than anything else is amazing songwriting. I've always been drawn to that. If there was anything in the big music world that I would be most proud to have achieved, it would be to write songs that became well-known, covered by other people. And the way that I like to test it is, how does it sound when you peel it back to just one instrument and a voice?
Oh, I know where you're going with this one. We talked about it. I'm excited.
Yeah. So
I love this song.
Kevin reached out to me maybe a month ago, and he was like, "Man, listen to this." And the interesting thing was, he was more talking about a vocal performance and a particular artist, so it was more a recording thing. He was like, listen to Aaron Neville's voice, man. Isn't this just incredible?
Unbelievable. One of my favorite voices.
Yeah, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I've always liked that, but the thing that I loved about this was I just thought it was an amazing song that could stand up on its own, even without Aaron Neville singing it, and even without like all of the brilliant, layers of instrumentation that they put on it in the mix and everything. And so I went on a sort of a scavenger hunt, and I found that it was written by a guy named Barry Mann, who never made it as a recording artist, but he had 98 songs chart in the Billboard Hot 100 in his time as a writer. And he did a really simple version of it. And then Bill Medley, who is one of the Righteous Brothers, did a simple a version of it. And I thought, well, it's hard to top the duet that Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville did with this, but the song is so good. And so I thought, so I just actually made a YouTube cover of it, and I'm going to play it for you tonight, because it got me thinking, in addition to writing my own songs, that I want to pay a little more attention to not trying to copy what other people have done as much as just pick great songs, and then how does Steve Lungrin sound singing it, And so this is sort of my first foray into that, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of it. So, all right, I'll pull you off the screen for right now. And
I'm excited to hear this one. I love this song.
all right. So this one's called Don't Know Much. Whoop. Sorry, we're going to do it better than that. Here we go. Look at this face, I know the years are showing. Look at this life, I still don't know where it's going. I don't know much, but I know I love you. That may be all I need to know. Look at these eyes, they've never seen what mattered. Look at these dreams, so beaten and so battered. I don't know much, but I know I love you. That may be all I need to know. So many questions still left unanswered. So much I've never broken through. When I feel you near me, sometimes I see so clearly. The only truth I've ever known is me and you. Look at this man, so blessed with inspiration. Look at this soul, still searching for salvation. I don't know much, to know.
Nicely done.
Well, thank you.
Wow. That's a great song.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, you know, obviously there's a masterpiece recording made of it by those two, but that song is so good you can almost imagine it still sounding good with, you know, the cousin that thinks they're a good singer that you always have to obligatorily let sing at your wedding doing it.
Yeah, it's a and it's a complex song also, right? I mean, some of those chord changes are a little bit unusual.
The chords aren't too weird, but they have like strange bass notes on them. So like if you want it to sound right, you know, you can't just so.
Steve, this has been fun. I have time for a short song before I have to head out of here. The nanny is done in 7 minutes.
All right. Well, I will let you do what you do, and then I'll close it out after you leave.
Yeah. So this is a song going back to I think the early 1960s. I'm not sure if this came out in maybe the mid 60s. I don't know the exact year, but it's a song I've always loved. Simple song, and it's by the group Jerry and the Pacemakers. So, thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Don't let the sun catch you crying. The night's the time for all your tears. Your heart may be broken tonight, but tomorrow in the moonlight, oh, don't let the sun catch you crying. The nighttime shadows disappear, and with them go all your tears. For the morning will bring joy for every girl and boy. Oh, don't let the sun catch you crying. We know that crying's not a bad thing, but stop your crying when the birds sing. It may be hard to discover that you've been left for one another, but don't forget that love's a game, and it will always come again. Oh, don't let the sun catch you crying. Don't let the sun catch you crying. Don't let the sun catch you crying.
Thank you, everybody.
Kevin, thank you for joining me tonight. It's been real.
It sure has been real. Real is a word to describe it for sure, among
been fun.
many others. But yeah,
It's been real fun.
Yeah, let's do this again.
We are already scheduled to do it on May 31st, but that's
We are?
tentative because, you know, Kevin may get a gig or something. Or
I didn't know we were scheduled on May. What? May what?
May 31st. Like,
That's a Friday.
or well, no, whatever the Wednesday is, like right.
Oh.
We were gonna do like one at the very beginning of May and one at the very end of May.
Yeah, I may have jury duty that week, but I'll be home by then. I'm waiting on it.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
All
All
right.
right, I gotta go. Bye, everyone.
All right. I'm gonna play one last song for everybody. Thanks, Kevin.
See
Take
ya.
care. So, I actually didn't think we would get through more than 4 songs apiece, so I only brought 4 with me that I was planning on. But I'm going to do one more Neil Diamond song for you. This is one that's kind of charming to me. This goes back to the 60s collection of his. It's about an imaginary friend. I don't know if any of you guys had imaginary friends, but I did. His name was Woody. Woody the Woodpecker was my imaginary friend for about 2 years, apparently. But Neil's was Shiloh, and it goes like this. Young child with dreams, dream every dream on your own. When children play, seems like you end up alone. Papa says he'd love to be with you if he had the time. So you turn to the only friend you can find there in your mind. Shiloh, when I was young, I used to call your name when no one else would come. Shiloh, you always came and we played. Young girl with fire, some things that she understood, and I wanted to fly. She made me feel like I could. Held my hand out, I let it take me, blind as a child. All I saw was the way that she made me smile. She made me smile. Shiloh, when I was young, I used to call your name when no one else would come. Shiloh, you always came and you'd stay. gonna call it good there for another edition of Talkin' Piano Man. For those of you who are Billy Joel fans, remember tomorrow is May 9th, Billy Joel's 75th birthday, and I'll be here at my normal time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Central time, and you do the math on wherever else you live. We'll be doing all Billy Joel, all by request for 2 hours tomorrow to celebrate the big 7-5 for the man of the hour. So I look forward to seeing everybody there, and of course I'll be back Sunday for my normal shtick. So anyway, this has been a lot of fun tonight. Great to see you guys. Thanks for joining us, and I'll tell Kevin thank you one more time privately, since he always has to abandon us for the last few minutes. I don't know. I think it's just that he can't handle watching me play one last song. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I love the guy. My brother from another mother. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next edition of Talkin' Piano Man. Have a good one.